Good day everyone, I'm Carlo Jane G. Ako. Ever wonder what would happen after the judge has probated the last will and testament of the deceased? Let's find that out in the case of Ines Basa de Mercado, Joaquina Basa et al., petitioners versus Atilano G. Mercado, respondent, 61 Phil 632.
On June 27, 1931, the Honorable Hermogenes Reyes, Judge of the Court of First Instance of Pampanga, allowed and probated the last will and testament of Ines Basa, deceased. On January 13, 1932, the same judge approved the account of the administrator of the estate and declared him the only heir of the deceased under the will and closed the administration proceedings. On April 11, 1934, Joaquina Basa et al. Filed a motion in which they prayed that the said proceeding be reopened and alleged that the court failed to comply with the requirements as to the publication notice of hearing. In this motion, the appellants claimed that the provisions of Section 630 of the Code of Civil Procedure have not been complied with in view of the fact that although the trial judge, on May 29, 1931, ordered the publication of the required notice for 3 weeks successively previous to the time appointed for the hearing on the will, the first publication was on June 6, 1931. The third on June 20, 1931, and the hearing took place on the 27th of that month. Only 21 days after the date of the first publication instead of 3 full weeks before the day set for the hearing. The appellant also contend that the trial court erred in ruling that the weekly newspaper Ing Katipunan, in which the notice of hearing was published, was a newspaper of general circulation in the province of Pampanga. The issues of this case are: number 1, whether or not the court failed to comply as to the publication requirements. Number 2, whether or not Ing Katipunan is considered as a newspaper of general circulation. Anent the first issue, the court ruled that no, the first publication of the notice need not be made 21 days before the day appointed for the hearing. As the language used in Section 630 of the Code of Civil Procedure, it does not mean that the notice should be published for 3 full weeks before the date set for the hearing on the will. Anent the second issue, the court ruled that yes, and had they have defined the newspaper of general circulation as being published for the dissemination of local news and general information, that it has a bona fide subscription list of paying subscribers, that it is published at regular intervals. It is therefore, Ing Katipunan is a newspaper of general circulation in the province of Pampanga. This law does not require that publication of the notice reported to in the Code of Civil Procedure should be made in the newspaper with the largest numbers is necessary to constitute a newspaper of general circulation.